Hi, I wanted to share with you a sketch that I completed from elliestudio.blogspot.com. Here's the sketch, and it's really kind of cool. It's got a lot of different elements that I liked. I started with a 12 by 12 black cardstock and added an 11.5 by 11.5 piece of gray cardstock. And when I was searching for Times Square stuff, I found this artist sketch that I thought was really cool, so I thought it had to go on this layout since it is of our trip to New York. And so it's cut at 11 by 7, and it's just going on to the flush with the gray cardstock, leaving the little black border around it. And then I did a film strip. It's got pictures of my daughters and I, Times Square area, and that's going to go on the sketch there. The sketch had like a scalloped border there, but I wanted to use the film strip, and so I did. I kind of stayed with the sketch, but I did veer a little bit on the placement of the picture here. I put it off to the side because I didn't want to cover up that artist drawing that I found. So you can see at the bottom of this sketch there's all kinds of stuff down there, but I left it a little bit more sparse than the sketch called for because, like I said, I didn't want to cover up that artist drawing. I cut out a couple of charms with my Silhouette Cameo. There's a Empire State Building, and later on I'll have a I Heart New York, and then there's a cityscape, and I thought the buildings would take care of that vertical flag area that they had on the sketch because the buildings are kind of a vertical to the eyes. I printed off this flourish frame on vellum, and then I cut it in half so that I could use half of it on the top cluster, and then the other half will be on the bottom cluster off to the blank side over there from the picture. I do a lot of fumbling and futzing in this video, trying to decide which way I'm going. I think most of it is due to the fact that I've never done a layout upside down before, but I couldn't get my camera to work the other way. So I had a tag, it's like a I think called an artesian tag. Anyway, it's from the Silhouette Studio. It's a print and cut, and I cut it in half so I could put a cluster up there. That is a picture that I printed off of the internet of the street sign on Times Square, Broadway area, and a Studio Calico camera. That I've been wanting those Studio Calico wood veneer cameras for the longest time, and I finally got them, so I decided to use one on this layout. It's my virgin use of a wood veneer, but I just think they're just the cutest little things. And here I'm building my top cluster with the elements that I've cut and decided to use. I should have put the picture of the road sign down first, but I didn't, so I had to kind of pull up the corner of the artesian tag, and then by the time I got done gluing everything down, the tag was sticking up and wouldn't let the camera sit on there properly, so I had to go get the Tombow Mono multi-glue out to stick it down, and my Tombow Mono is about empty, and I am just desperate to get every last drop of that out of there, so I refused to open another bottle until I get this one completely used up. I think it's about there. Let's see. And I went ahead and used the Tombow Mono while I had it in my hands to go ahead and add that camera. On that little tag, there was a little floral. It's not really I don't know what kind of flower, but anyway, it was in the corner. It was like a little floral cluster type thing, or I put it in the camera lens, and it looked like it was intentional. I'm going to go ahead and glue down with my ATG the frame for the picture, but then I'm going to have to pull it back up because I didn't add my other elements underneath it before I moved it, so it's going to have to come up and be moved. And now I'm putting down my title. The title is The Neon Light. They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. And the Broadway, of course, is cut in larger font. And then I printed, they say the neon lights are bright on. And I printed that on vellum in little tiny letters that'll fit between the B and the D in Broadway. And I'll add that later on in the video. I would have liked to have printed that little saying straight onto my layout, but I don't have a wide format printer, so I thought the vellum would be a better option than printing it on white cardstock or anything. Oh, and I wanted a little bit of red, so I grabbed that sticker sheet of journal spots and cut one of the circles in half that had red, and then I'm just futzing around trying to decide where I wanted to put it. And then I finally found it right there where it looked like a good spot, so that's where I stuck it. And I did like it, so it was okay. For some reason I left that sticker on my finger for the longest time. And here I'm just gluing down the cityscape, and I'm going to tuck it up underneath the film strip border. And I think in just a minute I'm going to get rid of that sticker off my finger. Yep, there we go. Sticker's gone now. Alright, and now I'm going to start moving down to one cluster and then change my mind and go to the photo frame. And this is where I'm going to have to pull it up because I didn't put that down first. And then I have another red tag that's going to go in the corner there to give a little bit of red in this corner. Trying to repeat the red element in each one of the clusters and the tag shape in each one of the clusters. I'm not much of a knowing the ins and outs of design, but I'm learning a lot watching videos that you should repeat these things. There goes the vellum down. And I think now I'm going to move on to the other cluster opposite of the frame. Yeah, there we go. With the vellum, the tag, and the vellum, the tag, and the journal spot will go on there as well. Oh, here I am. No, I've abandoned the corner again. Now I'm going to the picture. And that's just going down right on the mat. And then eventually I will glue that down. Oh, there I go now. And I'm just gluing it on the edge because I couldn't decide whether I wanted it on the picture or not, so I just kind of hung it off just a little bit off to the side. And now I think I'm going to finally finish that cluster opposite of the picture, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there we go. Now we're putting the red journal spot down first, and then I'll add the vellum and then the tag. And I think I'll be just about done, with the exception of I'm going to add a star in each one of the cluster areas. Sorry about my arm being in the way. I never done this upside down, and it wasn't paying attention to the camera. And okay, there goes the first star. I put that on the camera up in the flash area, so the star looks like a flash on the camera. And then I put another one down on the tag in the one cluster, and then I'll put another one up on the corner of the photo in the other cluster. just so I can repeat that design element. And actually what I should have done was added another camera in the other clusters, but I think it'll be okay not having 3 cameras. I can live with it. And there we go. That finishes the sketch. Oh no, I needed to add the I Heart New York up on the top of the picture. Now that completes the sketch. Thanks for watching.